going to work today, technology-wise. So let me just test it. Okay, it's working. Hello, everyone. My name is Elena Sinelnikova. I am Decentralization Coordinator of the Metis Ecosystem. I am a former CEO. I am one of the co-founders of Metis. And since we decentralized, we don't have CEO anymore. We don't have any central control. And this is what this talk is about, on how we did it. My background, I am also a co-founder of CryptoChicks, and my co-founder is sitting here actually as well, the co-founder of CryptoChicks, Natalia. We had the decentralized community for a while already in CryptoChicks, and that is what we did with Metis was a little bit different. Before I start on how we decentralized, why we decentralized, and why I believe in the decentralization. In my opinion, decentralization brings us the options to choose how to live, how to work, how to do our business, and how to do it in the collaborative environment without, any big brother watching over us or telling us what to do. So this is just, we're giving people the choice. Decentralization is not for everyone, it's for those who want to have this choice. Metis Ecosystem started as the layer 2, and that's how we started as a technology project of scaling Ethereum, and we were really successful in that because our fees right now lowest in the industry. It's only 1 cent per transaction on Ethereum, which is about right now is 200 times less than Ethereum, than layer 1 fees. And we started growing our ecosystem, growing of course, the ecosystem partners, the projects, the TVL, which is total value locked. It's all the money that people bring into the ecosystem and lock them in there. But what really the concept of Metis from the very beginning is to build the Web3 economy. And that's how we believe should decentralization work. If we have an economy where everybody working together within this economy, with the production, consumption, and resources, and distribution of the resources within the community, then we can build the decentralization. Otherwise, decentralization can fall into chaos. If you build decentralization without economy, it will be chaos. And this is not what we wanted. So this comes from actually from Investopedia, from the definition of the economy itself, all this production, consumption, and the resources and the distribution of the resources within the group, within the community. The slide I borrowed from my co-founder. It's also explained the same thing in a different way, just for you that see things differently. So this is what is also producer, talk to capital markets and to the consumer, and there is a cycle of economy that's going around. In the application to the blockchain ecosystem, to the crypto ecosystem, DeFi is the capital markets. But we also need to build the producer and consumer part, and of course it needs to be built on the infrastructure that is robust and decentralized and open and transparent and auditable, which is L2. So all parts of the Web3 economy in Metis ecosystem is represented by 3 EcoNodes. EcoNodes is the separate business organizations that are working without any central control. That this realizes the parts of the economy and working in collaboration in this economy. So in this picture, the core represent production part, Nuvo is the consumption part, and L2 is resources and the infrastructure part. So what exactly is the production part? And this is Chorus. So Chorus is the home for decentralized autonomous companies. So basically any Web3 company is a decentralized autonomous company nowadays. Like everybody is a DAO or want to be a DAO, striving to be a DAO, striving to decentralize. Chorus is actually building the tools that allow DAO to manage themselves as a business. And also, at the same time, these businesses produce goods and services for the community, like for example, DeFi or any, let's say like even non-profit or charities that produce the goods that is taken by the consumers. So Chorus, as I said, run your business as a DAO. That's how they start. And then it will be run your DAO as a business, and then it will be run your business as a DAO as well. So decentralization on the business level. When we start a DAO, and you know that there are problems with the DAOs, they're very common. It's very easy to start the DAO, but really hard to maintain because you need to do all this, voting, somehow manage people, somehow keep them engaged, and also there is no way in our whole blockchain space for the DAOs to work together in a transparent environment. All they do, they probably exchange the Telegram messages, and that's it, and that's the whole collaboration. There is no other collaboration that happen on the open network because majority of them, it's actually in the different ecosystems. So Chorus is providing the tools that could, when the DAO can talk to each other and work together. And of course, it also provide the tools for, for the messaging and for the other service as well. Yes, so as I said, this is how the Chorus solves the problem. Easy to maintain. The decentralized autonomous company, easy to work together. Ta-da. And also applications can work as a whole. And of course, right now is the possibility of the treasury management, of the member management, voting, the governance, and the task management that is already built. And this is the roadmap for building other tools as well for managing your decentralized autonomous companies or DAOs as a business. So that was about Chorus, about production part, when the companies board the ecosystem and they start working together, producing the goods and services for the community. Okay, so Nuvo. Nuvo is the consumption part, and Nuvo EcoNode, again, this is an independent company that takes care of the users and make the consumption of the good services very easy because of the user management, because of they're taking care of the users. So accessibility and engagement, and that's what Nuvo solves, because the engagement of the users, the stimulation of the users to vote or to participate in the activities, and that problem solved by Nuvo. And of course, also the wallets, the BLS wallet, so all the technology that allow people to log in, very easy to recover their private keys, actually, which is the usability. So once you get to and log in through Nuvo to our ecosystem, you will have completely experienced that it's a Web2. You will never even know that you are on a blockchain. And that's what Nuvo does. This and much more, and because it's also providing service for the company to keep and maintain their user base, because the user base is what's important for the businesses. And also it protects the privacy. So with the Nuvo, you have a choice what data you share to the ecosystem. And there is other text here that you can read, and I can take a sip of water. All right, so and that was Nuvo. And last but not the least, our Genesis EcoNode, our main EcoNode is L2, and that's where we started from the L2, which provides all the capital markets, aka the DeFi ecosystem with the resources, and the infrastructure, which is the most important part. So, and completing this cycle. And all of that is located on the infrastructure, and of course, we also have huge community support. Some refer to our community as a Metis army, and I love that. It shows the engagement, and our community is very active, and now our community also will be able to create more and more EcoNodes. Right now we have 3, but we have more and more EcoNodes coming that is created by the community, not by any central party. And that's why I am not a CEO anymore. I am just watching the system grow from outside, and there's not much involvement from me anymore, other than just speaking at the events. And all of that we built on a robust ecosystem, our layer 2. Originally, it was the optimistic rollup, but now we're going into the hybrid rollup, which is optimistic rollup and ZK-proof generator. And I'm going to stop on the little bit of the history on how we did get there. So originally, we forked from the Optimism, and we never tired of thanking Optimism for their code. They have an excellent code. What we did, though we covered some of the bases in their code, like a decentralization, because we believe that decentralization needs to be all the way through, and the sequencers also needs to be decentralized. It means that infrastructure, posting of the transactions needs to belong to the community, and the sequencers has to be community run, not the single party run, which removes the single point of failure. And we ended up with the SmartL2 technology, where we included the decentralization component, decentralized storage, where we store transactions of chain and then saving the states on the layer 1, and that's how we lowered the cost. This is a controversial technology, but this is our step forward towards the hybrid rollup. And after the Bedrock and after the adoption of Optimism Bedrock, we now towards building a ZK rollup, and that is going to be Stark-based prover, and we still have to have the optimistic rollup for the decentralized handling of the sequencers, because sequencers are handled by the community, and we still need to reward or slash them, and therefore we still need the optimistic rollup for that. And this is how the ZK rollup prover will work. So basically, anyone can create the ZK proof, and it can be verified very easily by the smart contract. So therefore, it can be verified by anyone. At the same time, when the sequencers, so the transactions are posted by the servers that hold in the community, not our server, not the central server, but the community servers, that is also getting rewarded or slashed depending on how they behave. Of course, if you behave good, you slashed. If you behave bad, you slashed. If you behave good, you rewarded. So for that, we need an optimistic rollup and a 7 days window. But the most important thing that ZK proof bringing us is the finality. So for the optimistic rollup, we need 7 days window. But for ZK, it's only moments. It's very fast. Transactions are posted right away, and transaction finalized. So you don't need to wait 7 days when you withdraw from the layer 2. So the cons are that it's very fast transaction confirmation. The pros. The cons are that it's still high cost, and that's why we introduced Smart Layer 2 with a decentralized component, which actually now will complete the ZK rollup, providing the full security, full decentralization, and most importantly, 100% uptime, so there will be no downtime at all because the sequencers are run by the community. And also there will be finality momentarily. So cheap transactions, momentarily finality, decentralized sequencers, and 100% uptime. So the speed and the cost, everything is great. That's the hybrid rollup. And it actually now gave us, since we decentralized and all the operations are taken in decentralized way to the companies, to the EcoNodes, it gave us time to do more research. And we do the research with the ZK. And ZK MIMPS, it's already been this idea in the community for a while. So now we're developing it. And basically, the idea is to be able to validate any IoT device and settle into the Metis layer. So if you're Solana or you're a Fridge, you can verify the transactions and settle them into the blockchain using the ZK MIMS. So this will allow us to unite all the IoT devices to verify them and to create the networks this way as well. So this is a big, huge, grand vision, and we want to completely open source it with all the DACs possibility, the decentralization, managing your DAO as the business. We will be opening open source for all the contributors, so anybody can then benefit from the technology that we built. So all that, the point of my talk, that decentralization is possible, that it's working, it's possible to build it, and it's possible not to go insane unless you think I'm insane. If you would like to learn more, our booth located just right behind the podcast area. It's a hidden gem. You have to go around the wall. But you can find us there. You can ask us questions. So we have other projects that are going on. So ask us anything. My name is Elena Sinelnikova. I am Metis Ecosystem Decentralization Coordinator. Thank you very much.